Hey, what's going on YouTube? That's it, TZ here. I just wanted to show you guys some new gear that I had come in. This is a Surefire M300A Mini Scout Light. I picked this up at an extremely discounted price. It was a one-time deal, so I was able to get it at a very, very, very low price. Um, what I was running, and I'll show you guys, is the Surefire G2, and I had an XM bezel on here with a tail cap switch. Now, what I was running was when I had the G2 on here, I had it mounted in the same position as I do the Mini Scout, but I was running it with a Surefire SR07 tail cap switch, and this allows you to mount on top of the rifle or on the side wherever you like without having to add the like double-sided tape or anything like that, which may wear off over time. You get into a heated situation or an environment where the temperature is high, and that can actually melt off, and it would just make the top of the rifle look ugly, or wherever you mount it. So with this, you actually have something that you can pop off real quick without having to use Velcro or anything like that. So I'm really happy with it. I really like the way it looks, as you can see there. Just a couple features about this flashlight. It runs on one CR123A battery. I like to use the Surefire batteries in my Surefire products. So I picked up a box of batteries as well. It runs on it has 110 lumens of output, so that's a pretty high intensity beam. Some people would say that that's not really that bright as compared to some of the other lights that you can find on the market. It is certainly brighter than the G2, and I think the G2 puts out 65 lumens, and I may be wrong. I've had this flashlight for a while now, and I can't remember exactly what the output is on this. But this puts out 110 lumens, and like I said before, some people will say that 110 lumens isn't really that bright. But what you have to take into account is that this is a dedicated weapon light, and at 110 lumens you won't get a lot of flash out, especially or white out. If you go into, let's say for instance, you're on a CQC team or something like that, just throwing it out there, and you've got this big output flashlight on top of on your rifle that puts out 300-400 lumens of light. And there are some that out there that do that. When you walk into a room, and there's a million scenarios, so I'm just giving you one. But let's say, for instance, you go into a room that has white walls, and you flick on that 300 lumen flashlight to see you're clear and present danger, and you white yourself out because the light reflects off of the wall, and then it bounces back. So you white yourself out. You might be temporarily blinded for only a few seconds, but that gives an opportunity for the threat in front of you to engage you. Also, with a higher output flashlight, you may light up your own silhouette. So not only did you blind yourself, but now you've given the target your silhouette. Now he can see where you are, and you can't see him. So you don't want to put something that's too bright on front of your gun, just for that reason alone. And like I said, there's a million scenarios out there. There's scenarios why you would want a flashlight brighter. But for me, and just looking at the situation I might be in is for home defense. My home has white walls. If I had to defend myself with my rifle, or my family with my rifle, I wouldn't want the light to be too bright. This will get the job done. Guys are using them everywhere. So that's pretty much it as far as the light goes. Now, what I am going to do, I'm going to keep the G2 with the XM tail cap. And what's going to happen is some of you guys know that I'm building a SBR. The SBR is going to look a lot like this rifle right here. Pretty much the exact same with a few changes. The Surefire Mini Scout is going to go on the SBR. I'm building a BCM 11.5 inch upper. And I'm still the one thing that I'm still kind of debating about is, do I want to go with the Troy Battle Rail, or do I want to go with the Troy? I think it's the VTAC Extreme Rail. Um, Both very nice systems. I want the rail length to be 11 inches. So if you can imagine, this is a mid-length 16-inch barrel. You can imagine this is an 11-inch rail on an 11 and a half inch profile. The muzzle brake that I'm going to put on here is going to come out to about the same point as the flashlight. So that's kind of what I'm looking at doing. I really like this Troy Battle Rail. It is a little heavy, but you know it's not too bad. Um, and with a lighter barrel or with a shorter barrel, I should be able to work out the weight situation there easily. This light, this big old piece of light here, wouldn't really look good on the SBR. So something like this, giving you a little bit more rail space if I actually needed it, would be a great service to me. Other than that, you know, stay tuned. The paperwork is getting done, and the SBR should be completed by springtime of next year. So stay tuned for that. It's just going to be the little brother of this rifle here. So thanks for watching, guys. If you've got any questions or comments, please feel free to leave those below, and I will try and get back to them as soon as possible. Hope you guys are enjoying your holidays. Once again, stay safe, and we'll get at you later. Peace.